of it.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. I appreciate the introduction. And yeah, you're spot on, Marty. We're here today to talk about Unpassive. That's the business that we're in. But we're really here to talk about your wealth. And I know that's a topic that everybody likes to think about. Very few people know how to get there. But building wealth is really what we're all about, building that residual walk-away money that we all want. And like Marty said, in the past, it was just something that wasn't out there for the individual coming online that didn't have the skill sets that they needed to be successful online. And that's really where Unpassive comes in. And Unpassive is doing some really extraordinary things. Again, they've never been done online, offline. Ash Mufareh is the CEO of Unpassive. And the things that they're doing are remarkable for us, those individuals that, yeah, we want to take care of that bottom line. We want to take care of those financial woes that we have. We just don't know how. Well, today, you're going to find a way forward with some really simple concepts. And as we look at what Ash and his team have developed, and he has a team in India, Bangalore and Hyderabad, about 600 strong. These individuals have developed all of the products of Unpassive, very, very important. And these individuals are the brightest of the brightest. They are really, really good, along with Ash Mufareh. So as we look at Unpassive, and I listened to Ash for the first time, and this is 20 months ago, Ash started to unfold a story that hadn't been told before. I had never heard it before. They were kind of on our wish list of what a company should be, but we just didn't find it out there. And as Ash talked, he came up with just 4 simple concepts. And as you look at Unpassive, there are a lot of moving parts in Unpassive. I mean, a ton. As Unpassive launches, they will be a unicorn company, a company that has a value of $1 billion. Again, that's never happened before. So as you come in and you start to explore Unpassive, there's going to be a lot more to understand and explore. But I can tell you, it just gets better and better and better. And I initially came in with 4 concepts. And if you understand these 4 concepts, you're going to understand what Ash and his team have done and why it was built for you and I. And it is a way forward to take care of the financial needs that we have. And the first concept that Ash talked about as he talked about Unpassive, as we come in and we participate with Unpassive, it is a self-funding business. And all that means is you will come in, you will pay once, and you will never have to go out of pocket again. Now, Marty, Dan, and I, we've been online a very long time, and we've been in many businesses, and most businesses, in fact, every business we were in before Unpassive, you would come in and you would pay a monthly fee over and over and over and over again. These companies would milk you for everything you have. And normally what happens with individuals is they'll come in and pay that for 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year, and then they're just done. They're gone. And it's not because the products perhaps were bad products. Maybe they were really, really good products. They just couldn't make any money. That is not Unpassive. Unpassive, you will come in, you will pay once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. And I'll get into that in just a little bit here in a bit. The next one was truly amazing. The next one, as you come in and start participating with Unpassive, they will force you to be successful. And what does that mean? They are going to force you to make money. And no, it doesn't mean they're going to find you a job, you go to work, and then they're going to pay you. Because of these 4 concepts, Unpassive is a total 100% automated business. And Unpassive, we are going to outsource this work to Unpassive. Unpassive is going to do the work, and we will get paid. And Ash Mufareh, as he talks about this concept, he's very bold with it. He doesn't just tell you this. He guarantees as you come into Unpassive and start to participate, you will make money. Period. Now, I had never heard that before. When I heard that, I had to think about it a little bit, but when I looked at the numbers, it's true. What Ash is saying, you will make money. It's 100% true because of the structure of Unpassive and because of the structure of the pay plan of Unpassive. Because of those 2 things, it's a done deal. And when I heard those first two things, I was in. But it gets better. As I listened to Ash, the third concept he brought up was traffic, getting qualified eyes in front of your business, people coming in, loving it, joining, and paying. And if you know anything about business, you know that you've got to have qualified eyes in front of what you're doing. You've got to have people coming in, loving what you're doing. And what OnPassive is going to be doing for all of us, they're going to be driving good qualified traffic through our business to get people coming in, loving it, joining, and paying. Because of that, he can make the first and second statement, those two concepts, and it's 100% true. And let me give you an idea of the traffic that OnPassive is going to be driving. It's important to understand the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be driving for us. About 6 months ago, Ash and his team decided to crank on the traffic of OnPassive. And they just cranked it up. And their goal was to bring in 1 million opt-ins. They did not put a time frame on it. Could have been 3 months, 6 months, a year. Didn't put a time frame on it, and they just let it run. And in 4 days, OnPassive brought in 1 million opt-ins. That's individuals that are interested in what you're doing. They come in, they give you your name and your email. It's a really, really big deal. Marty, Dan, and I, we've been driving traffic for a long time, but when I saw what Ash could do with good qualified traffic, it just blew me away. And when you think about the traffic, there's a caveat. OnPassive is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. They are primarily customer-based, product-based. When they drove the traffic 6 months ago, they were not using the artificial intelligence of OnPassive. And when you combine the artificial intelligence with the traffic, that million opt-ins, it will be 1 billion, but that 1 million opt-ins will come in instead of 4 days, they'll come in 2 days or 1 day or 12 hours. Now think about that just a little bit. Think about the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing for us, because everything OnPassive does as an individual that has come in and participated with OnPassive benefits you in major ways. We get to take advantage of everything OnPassive. Really, really some cool stuff here. Now, the last thing is the customer side of OnPassive. And again, you've got to have customers. You've got to have customers that come in, love the products of OnPassive, come in, use them, and then will never leave. That's what Ash Mufareh and his team have done. When we talk about the customers, we have a market right now of about 4.6 billion people in the world. There is something in OnPassive for all these individuals. And as we look at these individuals, they could be K through 12, they could be colleges, they could be small, medium, large-sized businesses, they could be governments, they could be individuals. It could be for personal use. OnPassive is a total business and personal solution. That's how many tools are in OnPassive. Right now, there are about 50 of them. These tools are proprietary. They're built from the ground up. They are revolutionary. They are the best of the best cutting-edge technology. And as individuals come in and use these tools, and like Marty said, many of these individuals are already using tools similar, although they're not even close to what OnPassive tools will be, but they're already using them online. And as OnPassive comes in, brings in a superior tool, they will come into OnPassive, they will never leave. That's really important for us, because as they come in, there will be a monthly fee. That's what they're paying right now anyway, and they will be happy to pay that monthly fee. What that does for us, it makes our income a residual income, and over time, a residual walkaway income. That's where we all want to get. Now, some of the tools of OnPassive, they initially started out with an automated marketing platform. That's what Ash started out with 12 months ago. It's grown much, much bigger than that since then. But the automated marketing platform has all the tools under one umbrella that we market with online. And it could be a server, it could be a page builder, it can be a funnel builder, it can be a communication module, it can be traffic. All the tools that we use to market online are there. Again, these tools are proprietary, cutting edge, they are the best of the best. And as people come in and use these tools, because this is new technology and just better than anything is out there, they will come in, use these tools, and they will never leave. And Ash's outlook on these tools is, as his teams in India, Bangalore and Hyderabad, develop and build these tools, is to be 5 years ahead of the competition at all times. And that's what he's done. That's what he's developed. That's the culture they have in India. And again, the individuals that are building these tools, we always need to give them a shout out. They are unbelievable. They are the best of the best. So as we look at OnPassive and these four concepts, self-funding, forced to be successful, traffic, customer, what does that do for us coming in and participating with OnPassive? This makes OnPassive a completely, totally, 100% automated business. We come in and we outsource OnPassive to do the work for us. So how do we come into OnPassive? Today there is a position. It is a Go-Founder position. It is a $97 position. All this $97 does is it locks you into the company of OnPassive. It locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive. And as OnPassive launches to the world, we will all come into OnPassive. But coming in and becoming a founder locks your position in OnPassive. Over the last month, we've had about 100,000 people come into OnPassive. All of those individuals benefit those people that had come in before that. In December, we will have another 120,000 people come into OnPassive. All of that benefits the people that are in today or coming in today. It's a really, really big deal to lock your position in OnPassive, because as soon as you do that, even though you don't see it, your team starts to grow with the efforts of everybody in OnPassive and what they're doing. Really, really a big deal. There's one other thing you can do as you come in and become a founding member. You can also build your own team. You can start sharing OnPassive with the people that you know. And we're able to do that between now and when OnPassive launches. And OnPassive is scheduled to launch this year, 2020. So that window is closing. And there are some real tangible benefits to building your own team, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. But that is the founding position. It just locks you into OnPassive. Now, when OnPassive launches to the world this year, we will come into OnPassive. We will all come in as customers. And as we come in, there is one membership level. We all come in. We pay that membership level fee. That is a monthly fee, but that is the fee. We will come in, we will pay once, and we will never have to go out of pocket again. That fee will be paid month after month after month with the proceeds that comes in from OnPassive. So you will pay once the first month, and then after that, you'll pay, the payment will be paid with the proceeds we make in OnPassive. From there, we'll go into the back office, we click a link, and we become independent resellers of the IT product. Why do I tell you that? Well, we have to do that in order for OnPassive to pay us. So we have to come in, membership level, we become customers, we go in, click a button, become independent resellers of the IT product. They've done it that way so they can pay us. They comply with all the regulators around the world. And OnPassive is a worldwide company. They're in over 200 companies today. So that's what happens when we come in to OnPassive as it launches. So that takes me to the pay plan. and I wish I could really get into depth on the pay plan. It's one of those things that's really, really hard to absorb once you understand what's happening. It's just hard to absorb. Unfortunately, Ash Mufareh will not let us talk about the pay plan today. He won't let us talk about it until we launch to the world. And the reason he doesn't want us to talk about it is because he doesn't want to give our competition a leg up. He does not want them to know what's going to be hitting them in the very, very near future. I can tell you the pay plan, and I've seen quite a bit of it now, it's just better than anything you can imagine. Whatever pay plan you've looked at, whatever you've seen online, multiply it by 10, you're still not there. It is so massive, and the pay plan, it was made for you and I. It really was. And what this is going to do for individuals that are participating with OnPassive, it will change lives. Let me give you just a little example of how we're going to get paid. This is just kind of an example. As we come into OnPassive and we become independent resellers of the IT products, OnPassive, Ash Muffar and his team, they're going to go to the automated marketing platform. They're going to take a tool out. That tool is traffic. They're going to start driving traffic for us, and then they're going to start putting primarily customers underneath us. And for every customer that lands underneath us, we get paid off of that volume. Now, as we look at the kind of volume OnPassive is going to be driving and the kind of volume that's going to be landing underneath us, I can tell you that there will be millions, tens of millions of people coming into OnPassive. And because we're founding members, because we're independent resellers of the IT products, because we're participating with OnPassive, all of that volume goes underneath us. It is massive, and I'm going to give you an example here in just a sec. But that's how we're going to get paid. We are going to outsource it, paying the membership fee. We outsource it to OnPassive. OnPassive is going to drive traffic. That traffic is going to land underneath us. We get paid off of that volume. Hopefully that's not too convoluted. It's the same way with an individual that's a team builder. If you've come in and that's your thing, you want to build a team, you can build a team, whether it's 5 people, whether it's 20 people, whether it's 1,000 people. Again, Ash is going to come in as we launch, and they're going to start driving traffic for everybody. They're going to drive it for you. They're going to drive it for your team. And you are going to get paid not only off the volume from you, but off the volume of your team. This will cut time frames. And when I say cut time frames, what I'm talking about, it will get you to that place where you have that financial freedom we're all looking for. And it's always a good idea to cut time frames. But again, you do not have to do that. Again, it's 100% automated. You will get there. We will all get there in time. And I'm not talking about years. I'm talking about, this year and next year. It's just going to change lives. So if you're not a team builder, don't worry about it. That's why OnPassive is here. It is automated, 100% automated. They will build your team. You will be successful, guaranteed. I want to stay with the volume theme here just a little bit, just to give you an idea how big we're talking. Today we are doing a Zoom. We're doing a webinar with Zoom. And the Zoom webinar, they have about 200 million people do a Zoom every single day. That is just massive. They are a multi-billion-dollar company, and Marty can get into the numbers better than I can, but they're massive. They have taken old technology, wrapped it up, put a bow on it, thrown it out there, and their timing was really, really good. And they've had a ton of people come in, pay for the Zoom, and do their webinars on Zoom. OnPassive, one of the tools of OnPassive, it's in the communication module, is the webinar service. When we look at the two webinar services, OnPassive and Zoom, OnPassive blows them away. And I believe after a year, I'm not sure Zoom will be in business. That's how good the webinar service is of OnPassive. Now, there are 25 other platforms with Zooms on them. Not Zooms, but webinars on them. Webinar platforms. I think a majority of these individuals will be out of business because of the webinar service of OnPassive, webinar platform. And when we think about it, just this one product of OnPassive would make OnPassive a unicorn company, a company that has a value of $1 billion in a year's time. One product. And I think that would happen easily. That's how good these products are. Now OnPassive has 50 different products. All of them as good as the webinar service, all of them proprietary, all of them built from the ground up, all of them cutting edge technology. But with just this one product, they will become a unicorn company in a year. Now, with all 50 of them, we're just in a whole different ball game, guys. With all 50 of these, the day OnPassive launches, the very day, they will be a multi-unicorn company. In other words, their value will be billions of dollars. This is the first time this has ever been done. This is why OnPassive is so revolutionary. They will be a unicorn company the day they launch to the world. That's unheard of. No company in the world has ever done that. OnPassive stands alone. And that's why when you think about OnPassive, it's really exciting to think that we can participate with a team, $1 billion team, and participate in all of that coming into On Passive, because everything coming into On Passive, we get a piece of that. Very, very exciting stuff. Now, I want to talk about one last thing, and it really is about Ash Mufareh and his genius. And he is the brain trust, the genius behind On Passive. And this is what he does, and he does it throughout all of On Passive. I talked about the customer side earlier. I believe as On Passive launches to the world, that 80% of the people coming into On Passive will be customers. They do not care about On Passive. They do not care about a business. All they want is cutting edge technology that they can use to make their work easier and their bottom line better. And again, it could be K through 12, college, small, medium, large size business, governments, 4.6 billion people throughout the world. These individuals will come in. They've got a good budget. They don't have a problem paying a monthly fee. They will come in, use the products. They're absolutely going to love them and pay the monthly fee. That's really, really good for us, again, because anytime there's a monthly fee involved, we get residual income. That's where we want to be. That's what we want to make. But there's another percentage out there of individuals that as they come in and use the tools, they're going to love them, about 20%. They're going to love the tools, but they just don't have the budget these other individuals have. And they're always worried, am I going to be able to pay for these tools next month? And what Ash has done, it's just ingenious. He's come in, and for these individuals, as they come in and buy the tools and use them month after month after month, over time, the cost of those tools will go down. Over time, the cost of those tools will be zero. And over time, On Passive will pay them to use the tools. Now, once that registers in your brain, because I've never heard that before. I've never seen a company do that before. I don't think there's ever been a company that's done that before. But when it registers what Ash is doing and the genius behind it, and because of the way On Passive is structured and the pay plan is structured, he can do that. You just have to be in. You just have to be in, because this has never been done before. I don't think it'll ever be done again in my lifetime anyway. This is On Passive. Yes, there are a lot of moving parts to On Passive. Keep it very, very simple, self-funding, forced to be successful, drive traffic for you, customer is royalty, and then always keep in the back of your mind the volume, because there will be tens of millions of people coming into On Passive, not in years, but months. And by the end of a year's time, I'm not sure how many people will be in On Passive the first year. It could be 100 million people. That's how powerful what Ash and his team has done and is doing today. Keep it simple. Continue to explore On Passive. Believe me, as you explore it, it just gets better and better and better. But On Passive is here to help you build wealth, to take care of that bottom line, those financial burdens, and give us that freedom and liberty that we all want to live the lives we want to live and have the mobility to really be wherever you want to be anytime. This is On Passive. It was made for you and I, and it is the real deal, launching this year, 2020, and the window for a founding position, it is closing. Come on in, pay the $97, lock yourself into a future that is going to be absolutely terrific. Marty, that's it for me. Go ahead and take it wherever you want and cover anything I might have missed. Go ahead, Marty.
Fantastic, Mike, as always. That's